This video shows you beautiful impressions from our sailing trip to Korfu and Syvota with a full electric sailing catamaran Hop. I will show you anchorages, beaches, and of course beautiful sailing and electric motoring. We start here in the Marina Mandraki, directly under the fortress. I bought some yogurt and strawberries and now back on the way to the marina. This is an entrance. Beautiful clock tower, but I don't know, it's not 8 o'clock. Corfu Sailing Club, that is the owner of the marina. So we're on the right way. The marina has quite a good restaurant. I eat there at lunchtime, but now I will go to Hop. Next day I went to the airport and took my wife Alessandra. Here you see the South Bay, quite good protected against the prevailing northwest winds. And also there's a marina here from the yacht club. At the airport we rented this wonderful Fiat Cinquecento and then make a trip around the island. The first day we discovered the north of Corfu. Here you see the wonderful Cape Drastis and with a view to the islands north of Corfu, which one can take to transfer to Italy. It's an easy day trip from Corfu town to one of the islands and then another day trip from the islands to Italy. Here you see the fantastic rock formations near Cape Drastis. There we drove to the Byzantine fortress Angelo Castro, from where you have a fantastic view to the west coast of Corfu. Because of the prevailing northwest winds, sailing there is not so easy. Very often the sea is rough, but there are beautiful bays. Agios Georgios you see here, and Castrizza, where you can anchor and have some protection. Next day we visited Corfu town. Like everywhere in the island, the flowers were fantastic. Next day we drove to the west coast and you see here why Corfu is called the Green Island. We made a stop at Agios Georgios beach. Then we drove to the north coast with beaches that were exposed to the strong northwest winds and with wonderful views to Albania. We made a lunch break at Casopi and you see here the port is quite protected and a good option if you want to sail towards the north. The last evening in Corfu we spent in the town, had wonderful dinner like always. The food is very good and the prices are affordable. And here we are on the way to Sivota. We are passing Corfu Castle and you see the sea is quite calm. We motored nearly all the way but only spent 20% of our battery. No wind, but we are going with 3.8 knots and something like 1500 watt, and the crew is enjoying the sun. And the captain is controlling, that's good, and also cooking here. Everything of course electric, and let's look. Consumption. Yeah, sometimes when the cook goes on it goes a bit up, but you see here the 0.9 kilowatt. Batteries quite healthy. The zucchinis are cooking. We make pasta with zucchinis and we are very lucky because the weather forecast for the next days is very good. I opened all and we have this wonderful view. This is Corfu on the other side, Albania. We're going to Sivota is very nice with the islands, you will see. That's very impressive. In Greece, still the Russian fast ferries, which are foiling operating, they're called flying dolphins. Because the weather forecast is that tonight there should be no wind and no waves, we decided to anchor in this beautiful bay. It's called Picina, and we had a very nice aperitivo. And you see here why it's called Picina, because it's really Caribbean waters. And we anchored with Hop in the center. When we came, there were more small boats, and unfortunately at the evening when they all left, there came this Bali Catamaran, but still also with 2 boats. The bay is very beautiful. Sundowner. Yesterday evening the swell at 9:30 increased, and so we decided, although it was dark, to change the anchorage to this Syvota Chanel, which you see here. We came here and anchored quite good at the back of the boats, and yeah, you see it's quite beautiful and very protected by all the islands. Here's the Sivota town with the Marina. You can go there. There were some complaints that it's getting a bit more expensive, like everywhere in Mediterranean, unfortunately. And here you see, of course, the fishermen have the best place in this kind of bay, which is protected by a reef and protected against all the winds. There is an anchoring place here where there's after the blue boat one could set the anchor and take a line to shore. That would be the best place to anchor. And then it was time to get the dinghy into operation. I bought a compressor. I have a battery system from Lidl. Parkside is the brand name. You can use the battery 18 volt for a saw, for a screwdriver, for a drilling machine. We have even a vacuum cleaner with this system and also this compressor. I'm also very enthusiastic about the battery electric outboarder, which you see here, e-propulsion e-light. 500 watt is for 2 persons more than enough, and it's very light, so easy to handle. This is our anchorage from the dinghy on the way to town. We had wonderful dinners at the town, very good food, very low prices, and Sivota has a lot of beautiful beaches. You see here, we went to all the beaches with the dinghy and even made a trip around all the islands, visiting the caves, about 3.5 sea miles.
E no, fammi però con gli occhiali.
We used only 75% of the small battery, which means we used something like 80 watt hours per sea mile. With the dinghy, e-propulsion says that it's still using less, but there you need really optimal conditions. We had some wind, so we were very impressed by the performance. And on Saturday we lifted the anchor and moved from Sivota to Paxos. It's only very light wind this morning, but also only 11 miles from Sivota to Paxos, and we're doing some e-sailing here with Hop. Here you see the coast of Corfu, and many boats are using the beautiful weather to move from one anchorage to the other anchorage. And here you see the boats still anchoring in Syvota Chanel. This is the entrance to the beautiful Bay of Laka on Paxos, but this I will show you in the next video. If you like the video, please leave a like or a comment. If you want to see more videos from this fantastic trip with Hop, please subscribe my channel. Hope to see you soon on Paxos.